It's a new setup in our podcast room.
Yeah.
We are back with another episode of Olympic Tales. Was the mood of the nation lifted in the morning, Saurabh? That we discussed that in yesterday's episode as well. Hopefully, Neeraj Chopra will lift the mood of the nation. The hockey team will lift the mood of the nation. Yes, the hockey team, achieved successive Olympic medals. After Neeraj's Javelin final, was the mood of the nation lifted?
There are two answers to this question.
Yeah.
First, okay, when you are seeing Neeraj Chopra, a reigning Olympic champion in Javelin, what less than gold will you expect?
Yeah.
And then there's the second answer. That Neeraj was outshone by an athlete from Pakistan who produced an out-of-the-world performance for the ages in that final. Because, if you look at Neeraj's throw which won him gold in Tokyo, that throw in itself would have ranked him 6th or 7th in this Olympic final in Paris.
Yeah.
But when you talk about the mood of the nation, definitely we all are very proud of Neeraj Chopra. I mean, winning back-to-back Olympic medals, gold and silver, as a track and field athlete for India in consecutive Olympics in itself is a huge and magnanimous achievement.
Yeah.
But given that we were hoping that, okay, this Olympics has been about heartbreaks and too many disappointments, maybe Neeraj Chopra hockey team will give us that thing. Hockey team won us the bronze. Neeraj Chopra won silver. Nothing less than that. And it was the first silver after 4 bronze medals. But still, the whole nation, what should I say? The magnanimity of Neeraj Chopra, the status which he has achieved, the consistency with which he produces performances, we all expect him to be the best in the world and give him the best. But even his best on a particular day in Olympic final was not enough to give him gold. So for me, I was disappointed, I will not lie, but I cannot say that Neeraj did not give his best.
There are two arguments to this. Why are people a little, down despite Neeraj winning a silver? One argument is, yes, a Pakistani won a gold. There is this argument.
Yes,
I'm not lying about it.
Absolutely.
We have to be, I'm not, I have seen people taking that route. But on the other hand, there are another set of people, which includes Neeraj Chopra. That how can Neeraj not win a gold? That is what we are used to, right?
Yes.
Over the years, yes, Abhinav Bindra won the shooting gold in 2008. But yes, he has won many World Cups. Our shooters have won many World Cups. But in track and field, we have never had an athlete as dominant as Neeraj Chopra. Yes, we have had P.T. Usha. Yes, we have had Milkha Singh. Yes, we have had Anju Bobby George. But to see someone going to Diamond Leagues after Diamond League, going to World Championships after World Championships and winning gold. And I don't know why we took it for granted that, okay, one gold is coming on August 7th. So August 8th. So that's okay. But when that did not happen, it hurt a little. But nothing can take away from what Neeraj has achieved for India. 2 Olympic medals back to back in track and field. That's something that probably 10 years ago, when we were watching Rio Olympics at the time, at least he was throwing. London Olympics ka time mein, could we have imagined that we would have a champion who dominate track and field events at the highest level?
I don't think so. Because Neeraj Chopra is not just the name of an athlete. He is the name of an athletics revolution in India. Because that man has inspired younger generation to take up javelin as a sport, other track and field sports disciplines as a sport. And definitely what Neeraj has done, you know what, when you talk about mood of the nation, we saw Neeraj Chopra's exclusive interview to India Today's Nikhil Nas, and you could see Neeraj was disappointed himself.
That's what I said.
He said, "Yahan lagti hai baat." Neeraj, the thing is, we all know you are a champion, true champion. And the way you have been fighting for the country, the way you have been winning laurels and medals, it shows how big an athlete you are and what you expect from your own self. Yesterday, it was not Neeraj's best day. Just one legal throw he could manage.
Out of 6.
Yes, and that throw gave him silver. This gives you that what Neeraj Chopra is capable of and why we expect so much of himself and why he expects so much of himself. Because he is a champion athlete. Like people, when you talk about cricket, you talk about Australian team's domination, West Indies team's domination.
Yeah.
This is Neeraj Chopra's era.
Yeah.
Arshad Nadeem, for whatever reason, hats off to him, coming out of nowhere without any support from Pakistan government or anywhere. And now everybody will come and take the credit.
Yeah.
But Arshad Nadeem, 6 months back, he did not have a javelin.
Yeah.
He was using
Damaged javelin.
Yeah, he was using a 8-year-old javelin, and he actually came out in media and asked, please arrange a javelin for me. When Neeraj Chopra came to know about this, he was shocked as we were. And he said, okay, how is this possible? An athlete like Arshad Nadeem does not have a javelin. I hope, and he had to make a plea. I hope people in Pakistan come up and help him.
Yeah.
The sponsors who make javelin, they also come up and help him.
Yeah.
So Arshad Nadeem has done, which is unimaginable.
Yeah.
First Pakistani athlete to win an Olympic gold, individual Olympic gold. But Neeraj Chopra, you can't take anything from him.
Yeah.
His disappointment shows that he is a champion. And he has at least, if not more, 2 Olympics in him.
Yeah.
And maybe 2 more Olympic golds. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Who knows?
We have seen some like the likes of Jakub Bartlett, the likes of Keshawn Walcott. They won the gold. Keshawn Walcott won the gold in London Olympics,
Yes.
but he's still competing 12 years after that and still managing 85 plus throws. He led the field after the first throw yesterday with 86 odd. So 12 years, 8 more years is nothing, hopefully. And Neeraj perfectly articulated, and I've always been amazed by his ability to articulate stuff,
Yes.
even after some emotionally high moments. But sometimes we don't. We are not able to articulate stuff when we are emotional and all that.
Yes.
But during the interview to Nikhil Nas, Neeraj beautifully explained it. For so far, I have been thinking I was taking pride in my consistency. Yes, my consistency was something that took me here. Every year he hits 88, 89, 88, 89. He has never dropped below that except for that Federation Cup earlier this year.
Yes.
But he has never dropped that in international competitions, and that is what has made him finish 1-2 everywhere, right? World Championships medal last year. So, but he himself acknowledged that probably the time has come. He said, "Abhi badlega." Probably the time has come that he has to take his consistency a notch higher.
Yes.
He said, I was not thinking so much about 90 meters, but when Arshad threw 92.7, I thought, okay, today is the day for me to do it. I thought today it would come, but he said it didn't come. So I will work harder. I will work very hard to get there. And also he mentioned that he was having a groin niggle. A
Yes.
groin injury for which he pondered surgery before the Olympics itself. But he said, okay, let me go to the Olympics and see. Now he probably will go under the knife. So let's hope. Let's wish him all the best.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Saurabh, I want to talk a little bit about Arshad and the
Yes.
reaction around what has happened.
Yes.
What were your reaction? What was your reaction when he hit 92.97?
When the final was about to start.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the qualification stage.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Arshad was in Group A and Neeraj was in Group B. Group A started 1.5 hours before Neeraj Chopra's qualification round. And Arshad Nadeem threw something around 86, 87. And he also managed to reach the final in just one throw. Fine. Then comes the final. So we all knew that Neeraj Chopra will be challenged by the likes of Jakub Bartlett, Anderson Peters,
yes.
Theo Walcott.
Yeah.
But in a certain corner, we knew that Arshad Nadeem is capable of throwing those 90 meters through. And he did it. Because first throw, Neeraj and both committed a foul. Neeraj and Arshad both committed a foul.
Arshad first run up, I still can't forget it. Takes the javelin, takes a long breath, runs halfway through the lane and then comes back.
Yeah, because...
And then the short timer,
Yes.
countdown is running down and he gets even more, tensed and then he misses the first attempt. But from there...
And that second throw, people say that all your hard work, everything is fine, but there has to be a particular moment when it's your day, when the luck factor has to click with it. And for Arshad, it did.
Yeah.
Because he has been giving his best. He was trying to give his best. Even everybody was trying to give his best. And Neeraj was trying to give his best. But Arshad's second throw, that was humongous. That elevation and that landing, that perfect landing.
I think his arm speed was also 110 kilometers per hour.
92.97 in an Olympic final. How do you manage it?
Yeah. Olympic record, simply an Olympic
How do you
record.
manage it?
Yeah.
only if your hard work
Yeah.
and luck, everything comes together to produce something like that, it happens.
We've always been saying, right, in Javelin Olympic finals, people don't throw humongous throws.
No,
If you see,
no.
Zan Zelinski's world record is around 98.
Yes.
Johannes Vetter has
Yes.
thrown 97. Anderson Peters has thrown 93. Wadlej has a 90 plus throw. Even Arshad had a 90 plus throw to win the Commonwealth Games
Yes.
gold. He became the second Asian in 2022.
Yes.
But when it comes to the Olympics, Neeraj won the gold with 87.58
In Tokyo, yeah.
We always argue that okay, Olympics may this pressure of the situation and all that will matter. But like you said, it all came together for that second throw.
And you know what? In the second throw, if you look at the exact number of at least 5-6 throwers managed
Exactly.
87, 88, 89. Even
Yeah.
Neeraj managed his best throw in the second throw.
Second throw.
The pressure of the wind was also supporting from that end.
Yeah.
And you could see the conditions were very favorable for long throws in that second throw when the second throw was happening. Because Neeraj threw Arshad threw 92.97, Neeraj threw 89.86. And a lot of other, Yakub Wadlej also threw his best in that throw only. So after that, things change. And you have to give it to Arshad. He became a champion not because he was supported by someone. He came on his own and he has worked hard.
I think there's a viral quote of him going... there's a quote of him going viral on social media. He was once asked, "Do you have a sponsor?" He said, "Yes, I have one sponsor." He's like, "Who's that?" He said, "My father is my sponsor." That's how he was. As in his father in an interview last year said that his village pooled in money to help him travel to other competitions across, and so many things, right? And he used to it's not like he didn't travel to international competitions. He trained in South Africa. He has a personal coach, but it has not come easy. It has not come easy.
You know, after he has won, he has got a lot of prize money.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing with this South Asian countries, is India, Pakistan, all these countries, is you have to support the athlete when he needs the support. When he has won something, it means that he has achieved a status where he has won something.
Yeah.
You have to support him from the beginning. You have to nurture the talent. This did not happen with Arshad.
Yeah.
But he did it for his country.
Yeah.
But I still believe that Arshad's performance was one for the ages, but Neeraj Chopra will make a comeback in Los Angeles. You will see how he comes back strong.
Over the next 4 years, all those Diamond Leagues, all those World Championships will have increased viewership.
Yes,
I think.
India versus Pakistan.
India versus Pakistan. Hopefully, when cricket is not at its peak, India versus Pakistan rivalry, hopefully on the track, an India versus Pakistan rivalry should boom. And you know what? The beautiful thing about all that is, for the first time, a European did not finish in the podium.
Oh, yes.
For the first time in men's javelin history of the Olympics. Yeah. Anderson
One from
Peters of
Pakistan,
Granada.
one from India, and then one from Canada.
Yeah, so that itself would have sent a tectonic shift. It would have sent shockwaves in the javelin community. They would have expected a European to finish on the top, but it didn't happen. So probably more youngsters. India already have a lot of India's Kishore Jannah competed in Paris Olympics. We have Rohit Yadav. Pakistan hopefully will produce more javelin throwers, and hopefully the podium is always dominated. And
Absolutely.
This should, when Neeraj won that gold in Tokyo, people like Murli Sri Shankar, people like Tejashwan Shankar, all of them said Neeraj pushes us to do more. Neeraj pushes us to do more. Whenever he travels with a contingent, I've always seen him, he cheers other athletes, he meets them before the events. That's something that champions produce, right?
Absolutely.
So I hope this is a spurring moment for, track and field in India and hopefully Pakistan as well. And that reaction from both the mothers, when people, I'm not taking names, but when people tried to poke stuff, ask unnecessary questions, both of them said, the other person is also my child, is our child. So there's no question about thinking anything different, right? So that was very, very heartwarming to see. Even Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his phone call to Neeraj Chopra, acknowledged that and said, your mother was displayed true sporting spirit. So that was good to see. That was very, very good. That's what sport does to you, right?
Yeah. All these champions, they are champions because they have champion mothers.
Yeah.
You talk about Arshad, you talk about Neeraj.
Yeah.
And especially what they have said. Neeraj lost the final. Not lost the final, sorry, I should not use this word. He finished second. He won the silver.
Yeah.
Arshad won the gold.
Yeah.
But both mothers, they were so humble, not in defeat, but
gracious.
In finishing second, gracious in finishing first. And they acknowledge that the other person is also a hard worker who has reached here, and he should be praised and acknowledged like every other person.
Yeah. I hope someone speaks like this about my mother. in 2036.
Okay.
I've already promised it.
So
That,
Akshay has promised that Akshay
if
will
India hosts the Olympics in 2036,
Akshay will finish India's
Yeah.
medal barren run in archery. He is going to win us at least 2
no,
golds.
hopefully till that time we don't have a barren run in archery.
Yes.
2 more Olympics.
If we have a barren run, Akshay will go and compete in the Olympics, and he will end it for us.
Yeah, if we have that video of me shooting my foot in the archery, let's add that as part of this episode. But jokes apart, it was like a lot of us said bittersweet. We couldn't take the fact that Neeraj himself couldn't take the fact that he didn't finish on the top steps of the podium. But it was a fantastic, event. Like you said, Neeraj would have finished 6th in this field had he thrown 87.58. But yes, of course, over 4 years, a lot of things improve. But just to give a sense of how competitive this field was, it was a sensational final. And I hope India probably there is Ritika Huda, there is golf.
Then
hopefully, Aman, who will be fighting for bronze in wrestling.
So right now we won 5 medals, 2 more medals, and we will equal Tokyo, but no gold.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Ritika.
Is there a hope for another silver, Saurabh? What are you hearing? What are your latest information that is you're hearing about Vinesh Phogat's appeal at the Court of Arbitration for Sport?
So Vinesh Phogat's judicial is underway.
Yeah.
And they have said that the result will be announced before the end of Paris Olympics. Whether Vinesh Phogat will get the silver or whether she will not get it.
Yeah.
And as far as our reporters have confirmed, Nikhil Naz and Rahul Rawat,
Nikhil Naz beautifully explained it yesterday itself.
Yes.
That Vinesh made 2 appeals and not just 1 appeal.
Yeah.
The first appeal, she said, allow me to compete in the final, but the CAS did not even have enough time. It came very late, and Vinesh also didn't push for a fast-tracked hearing, so they couldn't do it because they're already IOC has already announced that the person who lost to Vinesh in the semi-final,
the Cuban
Yusnelis, she will take on Sarah Ann Hildebrand in the final, and Sarah won that final and won the gold medal. But Vinesh also made another appeal where she said that I be given a joint silver, for which the hearing was happening on Friday, and the CAS said that a decision will likely come before the Olympics.
Yeah.
And there was more exclusive information from Paris from our reporters. They also said that Vinesh will argue that there was no cheating. There was no cheating.
She did not commit any fraud.
She did not commit any fraud. And weight gain is a natural process that athletes, when they fight 3 bouts in a day, they have to replenish themselves and they will gain weight. And that is what the argument is. And they have roped in some top quality lawyers, including Harish Salve. And hopefully, there's a glimmer of hope. As in,
fingers crossed.
I still think that probably the UWW will also be there, and they will say that rules are rules. And they also have their argument, right? They also want to maintain those weight classes to avoid cheating, to avoid frauds, to avoid athletes taking unnecessary drastic measures to lose weight and then compete in other weight categories. But like Sachin Tendulkar said, let this be an umpire's call this time.
Yeah.
We hate umpires calling in cricket, but let this be an umpire's call this time. Saurabh, a couple more days, and we have to tell our viewers and listeners that we'll be doing a couple more shows after the Olympics ends as well, to round up, to possibly dissect and analyze. Right now, we are completely deprived of sleep and trying to get out stuff as much as we can, but we'll also sit back and reflect on the games that has been. A couple more days are there, and I hope, like you said, India go to 7. And we also want your feedback. That has been motivating us when we knew that there are nice feedbacks, there are constructive criticism. It always motivates us. Please do send in your feedback on 8588 966 996. If you're listening to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast, please do rate us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please leave your comments. Thank you. Have a great weekend.